Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. Today will probably be a short episode. I don't know. Anyway, I am equipping the disgusting mask, hollow skin, and use the tower key to open this thing. Okay, you can get here first. Come on. Oh, you're not willing to walk this far. Oh well. Oh, you are. Yeah, the ash effect on them prevents damage. I think it gives them huge damage reduction, unless I'm much mistaken. Anyway, in here we have a permanent curse effect. Incidentally, the curse effect also revives some of the enemies here indefinitely, so I think we want to go down here, block, and then go in here. And use Smelter Wedge. Now the reason I'm not being cursed right now is that I have the hollow skin on. Now I will probably die here. Yep. But I did trigger what I wanted to trigger, so that's okay. And now I can go through here and loot the place in peace and quiet. The Bride of Ash Soul fragment thing won't despawn, by the way, so it's all fine. It's safe. Still want to use a human effigy, because I am going to unequip that completely disgusting hollow skin. It's useful for the curse resist, but that's really the only thing it's good for. I'll also use it for the other optional area that is perma-cursed. As you can see, it also removed the debuff from the buff from these guys, so they're no longer super damage resistant. Okay, come on, I know you want to join me. I don't remember if this is trapped. It's not. It just contains some old radiant life gems. Okay, let's check in here. Empty room. See how much more damage I'm doing to them when they're not ashened up. Oh, didn't see you there. Sorry. Except not really. Here there's large titanite shards, 5 of them, for some reason. Door closed again. Curious. Some souls, and the soul of the Bride of Ash. I think there's 12 fragments in total, and I have 10. And this is Fire Snake? Okay, it's a pyromancy. Okay, that's this section dealt with. I recommend waiting until you have the hollow skin to go in there, because that makes you immune to curse. Otherwise, you will have a constantly ticking curse meter that'll just keep cursing you, and it's a whole big annoying thing. No, I think I want to go up. There's basically two optional bosses in the DLC. I believe this way up will lead me to one of them. Not sure if it was here or... Yeah, I think it must have been here, right? It's where the multitude of enemies invades. Prowlers. Pretty sure one of them is supposed to be here. Or does he not respawn because I killed him? Now I don't think you can separate them. Yeah, you can't. But nice to see that they're being unique, that they're not respawning, I mean. Except I'm not really able to kill even a single one of them, so that's not good. Okay, this is the fastest that the Estes animation gets, well, might be a frame or two faster, actually, at most a frame, I'd say. I heartily recommend co-oping that bit, by the way. Because fighting that many enemies at once is really something that the combat system isn't good at. And that's one of the reasons it feels like such a cheap way to kill the player. It's not really your fault, it's just you can't target more than one enemy at the same time. And you can't focus, you can't block, you can only block in one direction at a time. It's all, I mean, it's realistic-ish, but it's still annoying because it feels like the game didn't give you the adequate tools to handle that situation. And that's never a good sign, when it feels like the game is basically cheating you out of victory. I'll try rushing in and killing the first one quickly, maybe. It's not like I care that much about the souls or the human effigies. Almost done at this point. Oh, you're immune! Okay, well this works a lot nicer. Now I've only got two of them left. And they do stagger easily. There we go. Okay, so don't be too timid, just run and gun and they'll die. Or accent gun in my case. And there's a bonfire up here as a reward, so that's nice. Okay, let's go in here, I guess. This is another one of those memory things, but I believe, unlike the giant, it's not time restricted. I know you were wondering about that, but I might actually be wrong. Do I want... I'll just summon for now, see how they do. I did see a message about not being able to reside in memory for too long, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So you get a bunch of Alonne knights here. And yeah, one of these guys actually uses the hello mask. He might use others as well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, this salamander seems a bit confused. Ta-bam! Okay, now allow me to get that knight. Thank you. Okay, there's one behind this pillar, whom you can get thus. I mean, with the summons or in co-op, it's not that difficult to deal with multiple ones at the same time, but, you know, if you can avoid it, might as well. You appear to have an arrow stuck through your skull. I think this one might be able to hit me here. Apparently not. And I'm pretty sure you two are linked. Again, or not. Some stones, skeptic spice, human effigies. I'm not... Wait, I am quite happy about the effigies, is what I meant to say. Don't know why the knots crawled its way in there. I like the effigies because I actually did use quite a few of them, and you never know, might come in handy at some point. Okay, let's get this guy. Don't believe I'll need to do anything too fancy here. Oh, there's one over here. Oh well. Alonne Knight Helm. Okay, Laurie's dealing with the captain here. Except it's more like the captain's dealing with him. Or her. Very good. You can also deal with all these salamanders in melee range, by the way, by walking down these tunnels, and then you can get them. Anyway, we want to hop down here. Are you guys coming? Maybe heal Laurie a little. Laurie. And he's sipping some Estus as well. Now you can see how little that Estus heals him, so he really does have... Or maybe she, I don't know. Hard to tell. Laurie is kind of... I don't know, probably a guy. Anyway. They have a ton of health to compensate for the fact that they are quite stupid. So that way, yes, they will be face tanking a lot of hits because they don't really block much and don't dodge at all. But the huge HP pool makes up for it because they still survive a fair amount of time. Though I don't think in this game there's any super OP summons like in Dark Souls 1, where Witch Beatrice could solo the Moonlight Butterfly quite easily, and Iron Charcas could easily do the Iron Golem. Okay guys, you can let me through maybe? Thank you. Just waiting for the bleeding to stop. They don't do much damage, I notice. Windblade +7. Hmm. Ideally you want to hit their exposed underside, but I'm not sure if I can snipe at that from this position. Not that it matters much, but you deal more damage to them that way. See, sniper on this side, sword guy on the other. So much for that. Now you. Don't know if I want to be down here. Ouch. I let go of my block button there to line up a backstab, but wow, the 1 second I decide to attack is when you decide to attack as well. That's just cheating. It's not really, but you know my point. Oh. Thought maybe we were done up here. Incidentally, funny kind of observation. When you're backstabbing someone, they are actually immune to other forms of damage for that time. So, you're not, but they are. It's a bit counterintuitive, I guess. I mean, I see it makes sense, but still. It's funny how when you backstab someone, you're not immune to damage, but they are. Again, it makes sense that you're not immune. I mean, that's not realistic, but having the enemy be immune is also not realistic. And I just liked in Dark Souls 1 how if you fought a bunch of enemies, all you needed to do was get a backstab off on one of them, and then the others were basically no threat while the backstab animation lasted. And usually the backstab would kill the other guy, and then, you know, it was a very convenient means of handling large groups of enemies that were swarming all over you. Not that that occurred terribly much in Dark Souls 1, but on occasion. Okay, I'm just trying to get the swordsman up to decent health. I don't know what the next boss is weak to, by the way. But we'll try magic again. I doubt it's gonna be fire. But you never know. Go on, idle. You're almost full. Yeah, that'll do. No, wait, I meant to press X. Oh well. And there is Sir Alonne. He is hella fast. Okay, I notice Laurie's not doing well. It's hard to tell whether Idle's doing well, because it's hard to tell whether it's just that he's not being focused right now. He's very much sort of anime-style sword-fighting guy who, you know, can throw his sword around, or sort of, you know, those slashes and such, they feel very anime style, I feel. They are very anime style, I feel. And I'm not an expert on anime, but this, you know, like slashing your sword and the sort of shockwaves fly through the room and you cut at range and stuff like that, that feels like a very anime thing. I think you get a reward if you do this fight without taking damage, but that's pretty difficult. As you can see, he's not exactly slow. And if there is such a thing, it's probably going to not be possible to get when summoning. Okay, he's currently not terribly interested in me. That's good. Whoa. Lucky the boss AI is kind of erratic. Made him change his mind about hitting me. Now in Dark Souls 1 the boss AI was much more predictable. They would always attack the one who'd last attacked them. And sometimes some of them would have a move that might make them change aggro, but definitely not all the time. By the way, we're in the past now. This guy came to this kingdom and kind of helped the king long ago, but then left, I think. Ow, 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 ow. Attack someone else, please. Thank you. Hey, all my summons might make it. Laurie kind of took a beating at the beginning, but then he or she or it really pulled through. Yay, we did it. I think he can drop pieces of his armor, but not guaranteed. Not the Alonne Knight, just Alonne armor, I think. Or Sir Alonne armor or something. And that gives us the final smelter witch, I believe, and a teleport out. Now I don't remember where the last of the Ashen Idols are. I'll have to read up on that. All I'll do for this episode is warp back to... Well, I know where one or two of them are. It's in the optional... The other constant curse area, that's optional. Yeah. I just want to spend my souls, thank you. And then I guess we can read the soul descriptions of the 2 souls they found, and then there really is only 1 episode left. In which I'll fight one of the worst bosses in terms of what they represent. Nope. Soul of the Fume Knight that guards the dungeon of Broom Tower. Rame was a distinguished knight who became infatuated with the Bride of Ash and settled in this land of smoke and fog. The wondrous soul of this knight came... blah, blah, blah. Soul of Sir Alonne, who once served the old Iron King. Sir Alonne came from an eastern land and became the king's most trusted knight. Okay, so I'll end the episode here. Next episode will probably be another short one. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.